If I had to start learning AI from scratch today, I would be really overwhelmed. There's a new AI tool out every week, and influencers on LinkedIn keep promising it will replace your whole marketing team without lifting a finger. But then you try it yourself, and what you get is really underwhelming. But don't worry, in this video, I will show you in 4 simple steps how to start learning about AI today, so you wouldn't waste time on the overhyped 80% of the bullshit and instead would master the 20% that actually makes AI great for your job. So let's get started. The first step is to pick the right tool. So you only need one because all of the main AI models are actually pretty great now. So as you can see from the benchmarking data, they're all at the same level. They all have pretty similar features. So don't worry about switching between the tools. It doesn't make a difference. So my favorite is Claude, but if you're more used to ChatGPT or maybe your employer has given you a paid access to it, use that one. And Gemini has some really good features as well. And you definitely need a paid account to get the most out of your AI tool. And the second step is that you need to set up context. That's where AI gets actually powerful. And that's the main difference between starting 2 years ago to learn about AI and starting now. So some examples that you might want to set up is if you're working on marketing for a company, there has to be information about the company, your ICP or ideal customer profile, who are you targeting, what are their goals, their pains, and everything like that. Also, it's a good idea to give some voice examples if you want AI to sound more like you and less like AI. And also, what are your offers or your business about? So take your time setting it up. And in terms of like how to use it, just make sure you have these scattered in some documents and in different AI tools. For example, I'm using Claude. And here with Claude Cowork, I have given access to all of my work folders. And it's definitely better to give the folder access to your AI because you can then keep updating it and it can go into the files and check what's the latest information. Or the other option is just to upload the files into the specific chats where these are needed. But the main work has to happen upfront. You have to take some time to set up these context files. And I know it's kind of boring, but trust me, this is the make or break behind really good AI usage and really lazy one. Now, step number 3. This is where I recommend that you actually start doing real work. So don't go deep into learning the theory of AI, the concepts, how to prompt engineer, whatever. Just start using it for your actual work. And here's why it's important. You have to start with something where you are the expert. And I think that's the most crucial skill everybody should learn. Knowing when AI is making mistakes, knowing where it's too general, knowing when not to trust it. Because I could go into Claude right now and ask it to give me a marketing plan for the next 3 months. And it will give me a plan, a strategy, of course, based on my context. So I think it's already better than out-of-the-box answers. But I'm pretty sure it's going to give me generic advice that's outdated because AI uses all the information that's out there on the internet, but most of the information is generic and basic. And it's also asking me a few questions, which is great. It already knows my business. It asked me about the goal for the next 3 months, which I said is audience growth. I wanted a strategic overview, and it's going to use everything it has access to, my Airtable, my past chats inside Claude, and all the information basically it has, which will make sure that the plan is probably way better than what AI would give me without any context. So that's why the context step was really important. Okay, the strategy in one sentence is YouTube is the engine, everything else is distribution. But this is already my strategy that I have given information about, so it knows that. Then North Star metrics, and it gives me 3 North Star metrics. There should be only one. It's already not taking into account that I'm a solo entrepreneur. I don't have that much time. And also, how can I have so many focuses? So already it's going against everything I know about marketing to work and giving me too many things. But for an untrained eye, it might seem like, yes, it all makes sense because in theory, in general, it does. But in practice, yeah, that's another story. And then the plan, the weekly flywheel, research topic, create the video, package before filming. That's basically everything I'm already doing, so nothing new here. Then it says 1 long form video per week, 3 to 4 LinkedIn posts per week. It's so basic. Everybody knows it, everybody's doing it, I'm already doing it, so there's nothing new in it. And then it adds a month by month overview, which makes it seem more impressive. Yes, I should do it month 1, month 2. And then also it gives me channels and the jobs and the cadence in one table. But things like create the blog post, get cited by AI search. I wish it was that easy. This is a full other content strategy to get cited in AI search. It needs so much consistent work, time, effort. And in here, it's just like one line in a table. And also LinkedIn, reach marketers where they work. What does it even mean? Do they work in LinkedIn? I mean, like everybody's just posting there. They're using AI. They're selling their own stuff. Do they work in LinkedIn? So it's all like generic saying something, but actually not saying anything actionable. And then what not to do sounds great as an idea. And there's like no filming without a validated package. Yeah. But then if you start thinking about it, what is a validated package? How do I validate it? And when should I have the time to set up this process? When I have 3 North Star metrics, getting cited by AI search is one of my goals. Yeah. So that's why I wanted to show you this. For me, it sounds unusable, basically. For a person who hasn't created that many marketing strategies or what's more important, executed marketing strategies. It might seem super impressive, but actually it's all really generic. It doesn't take into account your capacity, what's actually working. So that's why I want you to start working with AI with the stuff that you're already doing and not using it for new stuff that you wish you were doing. That's the only way to test the limits and understand where it's actually useful. And the next step is all about automating the repeat work that you're doing every week. And this is where it gets really valuable. This is where you're saving time. This is where you're making money. And this is where AI shines. And for automation, there are different ways to do it. And I used to build these really complex automation workflows in make.com, but now I'm just using Claude Cowork. And what's really amazing is that in Claude Cowork, I can use these repeat things that I'm doing and save them as skills. And it's really easy to trigger the skills with a simple like / command. For example, I can use the content humanizer. And since I'm using it in this chat where we just came up with this marketing plan, it's now understanding that I need content humanized, which means make it sound less like an AI and more like a human. So skills are packaged SOPs, basically, things that you keep redoing and you want AI to understand how to do it every single time. And by the way, if you want to get access to my skills, you can download them in aimarketingmasters.com community. I have different things here, the same content humanizer skill, and also this video to content skill. It actually replaces this whole automation. It's pretty amazing how simple it is. So instead of building this whole automation or copying my automation, now just by getting this skill and uploading it to your Claude Cowork, you could just trigger it by doing this. And that's all it's needed. And it's going to generate a newsletter, a blog post, LinkedIn content, and all this other stuff as well. But before we go, there's one more thing you have to be careful about. So once you go and do the real work, step number 3, make sure you're not getting into the trap of chatting with AI and feeling like this is the work. It's really easy to get stuck in it because it gives you dopamine, it feels productive. And I have seen it happen a lot where I could spend hours, a full day of feeling productive just chatting with AI. But there was nothing that came out of it. And I think that's why I also feel like strategy creation, planning isn't where AI is great at. And it's more about automating those repetitive tasks that you're doing every day. Creating slide decks for a meeting, analyzing weekly data, all of the content that you're doing weekly, you can use AI's help for that, but make sure you're always focused on the output. So to recap, if I started learning about AI today as a marketer, I would use these 4 steps: picking just one tool to use, setting up the context files, doing real work where I have my own expertise and I can clearly judge what the limits of AI's outputs are. And then the 4th step is where the real power comes from, automating all of the repetitive tasks. And that's the 20% that gets you so far with AI, and you can forget about the rest. So join me at aimarketingmasters.com. There's a free Claude Cowork setup course, and also in the pro tier, there are all the skills and monthly calls that you can get access to. So I hope to see you there, and I'll see you next week in YouTube as well. Bye.